In the heart of the music industry, a drummer sets the rhythm. And one man, Jim Gordon, did just that. Born into the world in 1945, young Jim found his calling early, drawn to the pulsating rhythms and intricate beats that could be coaxed from a simple drum set. From his humble beginnings in California, he grew into a prodigious talent, his name soon becoming synonymous with the drumming world. Jim's journey into the limelight began as a session musician, lending his unique and compelling rhythm to tracks that would go on to become classics. His beats echoed in the background of countless hits, his name woven into the fabric of the music industry. From Frank Zappa to Alice Cooper, from the Everly Brothers to the Beach Boys, Jim's drumming prowess was the heartbeat that drove their music, his signature rhythm becoming a sought-after element in the recording studio. Then came Derek and the Dominos. As the drummer for this iconic band, Jim's influence was profound, yet it wasn't just his drumming that made an impact. His songwriting skills shone through in the band's biggest hit, Layla, a song that still resonates with music lovers today. His contribution to the band was invaluable, his drum beats the backbone of their sound, his creativity a driving force in their success. But behind the rhythm, a tempest was brewing, a storm that would lead to the end of Derek and the Dominos. Derek and the Dominos was a comet in the music industry, bright and brief, with Jim Gordon at the helm. This supergroup, made up of extraordinary talents, soared high with a dazzling display of rock and blues. The band's heartbeat, Jim Gordon, was a force to be reckoned with, his drumming as intricate and powerful as the man himself. However, as with any comet, the band's brilliant light began to dim. Tensions ran high, egos clashed, and the once harmonious group began to fracture. At the eye of this storm was Jim Gordon. His volatile nature, fueled by undiagnosed schizophrenia, played a significant role in the band's split. The unity, the camaraderie, the shared vision, all started to crumble, and the dominoes fell apart. But the end of the dominoes was not the end for Jim Gordon. His drumming prowess and ability to create evocative music made him a sought-after session musician, a role he embraced with gusto. He worked with a variety of artists, his beats echoing in the background of some of the most iconic songs of the era. His talent also extended to songwriting, earning him credits and accolades. He co-wrote Layla, one of the most iconic rock songs of all time, with Eric Clapton. A testament to his talent, this song won him a Grammy and has been inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame. Despite his professional success, Jim Gordon's personal life was a tumultuous symphony. His mental health issues, untreated and misunderstood, were a constant undertone in his life's melody. It was a dark refrain that echoed in his relationships and personal decisions, a tempest that was growing stronger with each passing day. But even as his star continued to rise, the tempest within him was growing stronger. His music, his success, his accolades, all were mere interludes to the storm that was brewing within him, a storm that would eventually lead to a tragic crescendo. In a shocking turn of events, Jim Gordon, the heartbeat of many legendary bands, was convicted of a horrifying crime. This was a moment that stunned the music industry and sent ripples of disbelief among fans worldwide. It was a twist in the tale as unexpected as it was tragic. Jim Gordon, who had once been the backbone of some of the most iconic music of the 70s, was now at the center of a chilling crime. He was accused of ending the life of his own mother, tragically succumbing to the demons of his mental health struggles. The news sent a collective gasp through the music community, as people grappled with the stark contrast between the revered musician and the troubled individual he had become. His trial was a media frenzy, a spectacle where the world watched a fallen star facing the consequences of his actions. The courtroom was a far cry from the concert stages he used to command, a stark reminder of how drastically his life had spiraled. The evidence against him was damning, and in the end, the jury delivered their verdict: guilty. The conviction came as a blow to those who had hoped against hope that the allegations were untrue. The man who had once been a beacon of talent and success was now a symbol of tragedy and despair. The music industry was left reeling, forced to reconcile with the dark side of a man they had revered. Gordon was sentenced to 16 years to life in prison, a ruling that marked the end of a once illustrious career. The rhythm that had once flowed through his fingers was now silenced, replaced by the cold steel of handcuffs and the grim echo of a prison cell. The news of his conviction was met with a mix of shock, sadness, and a sobering reminder of the often unseen struggles that can lurk behind the spotlight. The industry mourned the loss of a musical genius while grappling with the grim reality of his actions. Jim Gordon, the drummer who once set the rhythm for the music world, was now confined within the cold walls of a prison. His beats and melodies may still echo in our ears, but his legacy is now forever marred by the chilling turn his life took. The rhythm of Jim Gordon's life was silenced in 2023, leaving a haunting echo in the music industry. His final beat was played out behind bars, away from the limelight, the drum kits, and the adoring fans. The news of his passing reverberated like a solemn drum roll, touching the hearts of many who cherished his music. Despite the discord in his personal life, his professional legacy remained unscathed. He was remembered as a virtuoso drummer, a genius whose rhythms breathed life into songs. His peers in the industry mourned the loss, reminiscing about his contributions, his talent, and the indelible mark he left on the world of music. Fans worldwide paid tribute to their fallen idol, their grief punctuated by the beats of his songs echoing in their minds. They mourned for the man behind the drums, the man whose life had been as turbulent as his music was harmonious. In the grand symphony of life, Jim Gordon's part was a crescendo that rose, fell, and rose again, only to meet a tragic end. His life was a poignant reminder that even in the midst of chaos, beauty can be found, just as his drums found a rhythm in the heart of rock and roll. His story, his music, and his legacy serve as a testament to his genius, a genius that was as troubled as it was brilliant. Jim Gordon, a troubled genius, left a beat that will resonate in the music world forever.